bond court is a free service, but it takes several hours of my time every day. Less than 10% of bond court viewers hit the like button, and less than 1% leave a comment. If you want bond court to continue to be available on YouTube for free, then please hit the like button and leave a comment on all of my videos.
Find them. Your name, sir?
Charles de Guzman.
Oh, you had it right. You got that one on top. Raise your right hand. Solemnly swear testimony about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God.
Thank you.
All right. You are here today because you're arrested on a charge of trespass after warning. I have reviewed the charging affidavit. We do find sufficient probable cause.
Your Honor, the offer from the state is a withhold of adjudication, credit time served, and no return to 375 South Bumby Avenue. I did speak to Mr. de Guzman, and he would like to accept the state's offer and enter a plea of no contest.
Is that correct, Mr. de Guzman? You want to enter a plea of no contest?
Yes, that is correct.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol today?
Come again, sorry.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol today?
No.
Have you suffered from or been treated for any mental illness in the past?
Yes.
You understand what's going on here today, though?
Yes.
All right. You understand what my job is and what your attorney's job is?
Yes.
Okay. Now, did you read over a plea form? Yep, that's the one.
That's what we went over.
Did you understand all the rights on that form?
I don't see any rights.
All the stuff that's on there are the rights that you're giving up, the stuff that's in the middle there that she's pointing to. All right, listen here. Just here you go. You understand that you have the right to proceed to trial.
Yes.
You understand that you have the right at that trial to have your attorney question the witnesses that are brought to testify against you.
Yes.
You understand that you have the right to require the state to prove that case beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yes.
You understand that you have the right to bring your own witnesses to that trial.
Yes.
You also understand that you have the right to testify or refuse to testify if you so wish.
Yes.
All right. You understand that this is punishable by up to 60 days in jail, up to a $500 fine, and that the entry of your plea could result in deportation if you're not a citizen.
Yes.
All right. Stipulated sufficient factual basis could be established.
Yes, Your Honor.
Based upon that stipulation, Mr. de Guzman, I will accept your plea. I'll withhold adjudication, sentence you to time served.
2 days.
2 days with 2 days credit for time served. There will be a court cost and a $50 cost of prosecution to the state. Can you pay for that? It's going to be $273. Can you get that paid within a year?
Yes.
All right, pay that within the next 12 months. And finally, as an order of court, you're not to return to 375 South Bumby in Orlando. If you do return to there and the court's made aware of that, then you are subject to a contempt citation, which could result in a jail sentence of up to 180 days. Thank you, sir. You'll be released as to this case. Your name, sir?
St. Joseph.
All right, man. Raise your right hand. Solemnly swear testimony about to give be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God.
Yes.
All righty. Sir, you're here today because you were arrested on a charge of resisting an officer without violence, petty theft, and battery, 3 counts. I have reviewed the charging affidavit, and it does that there is probable cause in those cases. I can't plea this one. So I will set bond as to the resisting without violence, $100, the petty theft, $250, and the battery, $500.
Your Honor,
Yep.
I'm sorry, he cannot, at this time, currently afford a bond, but he does qualify for pretrial
He
release.
does. All right, I'll release him pretrial release. Recognize that there are conditions that you have to follow. They're going to tell you what you have to do, but you won't have to. You won't actually have to post a bond. Okay. All righty.
Any conditions?
Public defender was appointed already, or no?
You're welcome.
Appoint a public defender if
Thank
Any
Can we have a no
conditions from you,
return?
Your Honor?
no return to yeah. Where was that? I can't remember. It was a bar, wasn't it? Yeah, Celine, Orlando. It's East Pine Street, Orlando. All right, your name, sir?
Jacob Thomas Wankmueller.
All right, Mr. Wankmueller, raise your right hand, please. You solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Help me God.
All right. Counsel?
Your Honor, the offer from the state is an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, and no return to 2271 North Cimarron Boulevard. I did speak to Mr. Wank Mueller, and he would like to accept the state's offer and enter a plea of no contest.
All right, sir, you are here today because you were arrested on a trespass on property after warning and a possession of drug paraphernalia charge. I've reviewed the charging affidavit, and there is sufficient probable cause. Your attorney indicates that you wish to resolve it by entering pleas of no contest to both of those. Is that correct?
That's correct, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol today?
No, sir.
Have you suffered from or been treated for any mental illness in the past?
No, sir.
This plea form I've got, you read over that, understood the rights, and signed it down here on the bottom, it looks like?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions about anything on this form, front or back?
No, sir.
You understand that these are both punishable by up to a year in the county jail, up to $1,000 fine, and that the entry of your plea would result in deportation if you're not a citizen?
I know, sir.
All right, counsel stipulates sufficient factual basis?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I will accept your plea, sir. As to count one, trespass, I'll judge you guilty of that. You'll be sentenced to time served.
2 days.
And as to count two, possession of drug paraphernalia, judge you guilty, sentence also to 2 days with 2 days credit for time served. Those sentences run concurrent with one another. We'll impose court costs and a $50 cost of prosecution, so a total of $273. Can you get that paid within the next year?
Next year,
All right,
yes.
pay within a year. Finally, you're not to return to 2271 North Cimarron Boulevard in Orlando, okay? If you do go back there and the court's made aware of that, you are subject to a contempt citation, which could result in a sentence of up to 180 days in the Orange County Jail. All righty? Thank you. Your name, sir?
Glenn David Wells.
All right, sir. Go ahead and sign that. All right, raise your right hand, please. Solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God. All right, Mr. Wells, you're here today because you're arrested on a charge of trespass on property after warning. I have reviewed the charging affidavit, and I do find sufficient probable cause. Counsel?
Your Honor, the offer from the state is an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, and no return to the 7-Eleven located at 9562 East Colonial Drive in Orlando, Florida. Mr. Wells would like to accept the state's offer and enter a plea of no contest.
All right, Mr. Wells, is that what you wish to do, is enter a plea of no contest to this charge?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol today? Have you suffered from or been treated for any mental illness in the past?
No.
All right, this plea form that looks like you just signed it, you understood all the rights in that before you signed it, is that correct?
Yes.
You understand that this is punishable by up to a year in the county jail, up to a $1,000 fine, and that the entry of your plea may result in deportation if you're not a citizen.
Yes.
All right, do find sufficient factual basis, I will judge you guilty of that. Be sentenced to the time you've served.
2 days.
There'll be court costs and a $50 cost of prosecution, which is a total of $273. Can you pay that within the next year? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. You'll be released as to this case. Finally, you're not to return to that address for a period of 1 year. If you do go back there, the court, you are subject to a contempt citation and could be sentenced up to 180 days in the Orange County Jail. Okay? All right, you'll be released as to this case. All right, your name, sir?
Wayville Williams.
Mr. Williams, you're here today because you were arrested on a charge of trespass of an occupied structure, refusal to leave. I have reviewed the charging affidavit, and I do find sufficient probable cause.
Your Honor, the offer from the state is a withhold of adjudication, credit time served, and no return to the coalition located at 18 North Terry Avenue in Orlando, Florida. I did speak to Mr. Williams. He would like to accept the state's offer and enter a plea of no contest.
All right, Mr. Williams, raise your right hand, please. Solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God.
I solemnly swear that the testimony, the
All
truth,
right,
and
is
the
it-
whole truth.
And is that true? You wish to enter a plea of no contest and resolve your case? All right, are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol today?
I don't drink or smoke.
All right, have you suffered from or been treated for any mental illness in the past?
No.
The plea form that I've got here looks like it has your signature here. Did you understand the rights on the form and then sign it?
Yes, sir.
Any questions about anything on the form, front or back?
No.
You understand that this is punishable by up to a year in the county jail, up to a $1,000 fine, and that the entry of your plea would result in deportation if you're not a citizen. Understand all that? All right, council stipulates sufficient factual basis could be established.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, based upon that, Mr. Williams, I will accept your plea. I'll withhold adjudication. You'll be sentenced to the time you served in the Orange County Jail.
He has 1 day.
1 day with 1 day credit. I'll impose court costs and a $50 cost of prosecution. It's a total of $273. Can you pay that over the next year?
Yes.
All right, and finally, I'm going to order that you not return to the address of 18 North Terry Avenue in Orlando. If you do go back there at any time in the next year and the court's made aware of that, you are subject to a contempt citation that could result in a sentence of up to 180 days in the Orange County Jail. Okay?
That's fine.
All righty, you're all set. You'll be released as to this case. Hello. All right. Your name?
Sky Sweetser?
What happened to Joel Roger? Oh, Timothy Taylor. These are probably the ones that got mixed up. I remember that name. There it is. Oh, you know what happened? I bet you this whole stack is supposed to probably be like this, but we'll put this like, yeah. Now we're getting out of control. All right, let me get there we go. All right, ma'am, you're here today because you're arrested on a charge of
Sorry.
prostitution, but you failed to appear on that charge, and there is an offer. From what I can tell, it looks like Judge Bigney had said if you wish to enter a plea, it would be an adjudication, the time served, and a requirement that you showed that you've completed an HIV and STD test.
Yes, sir.
And no return to the mapping zone.
Yes, sir.
Is that your understanding of it also?
Yes, sir. I'm already taking care of my mother that's elderly, so my life has already changed. I missed court date because I didn't have a phone, and it was on the phone.
Okay.
Your Honor, yeah, she asked to resolve it. I didn't have an offer, but she would like to accept that offer.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
All right. So you wish to enter a plea of no contest to the charge, is that right?
Yes, correct.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol today?
No, sir.
Have you suffered from or been treated for any mental illness in the past?
No, no, sir.
Okay. You read over a plea form, understood the rights on the form, and signed it on the bottom?
Yes, sir. That's correct.
Do you have any questions about the rights on that form?
No.
All
No,
right.
sir.
Go ahead and sign that. Now, you understand that this is punishable by up to 60 days in jail, up to a $500 fine, and that the entry of your plea would result in deportation if you're not a citizen.
Okay, that's correct. I already did 47 days, so.
All right, stipulated sufficient factual basis could be established.
Yes, Your Honor.
Based upon that stipulation, ma'am, I will accept your plea. I will judge you guilty of the offense. You'll be sentenced to 47, is that right?
Yes, 50 days.
58 days in the Orange County Jail. 50?
Yes.
50 days. In the Orange County Jail with 50 days credit for time served, I will impose court costs and a $50 cost of prosecution. It's a total of $273. Can you pay for that over the
Yes.
next year?
Yes, sir.
All right, pay for that over the next year. And then finally, I'm going to require that you show that you have taken an HIV and STD awareness class and a test within the next 120 days, and that you're not to return to the mapping zone.
That's fine.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
All righty, you'll be
They'll give me
released.
all
as
the
to this case.
paperwork on where I do to take the class and all that. I'll get paperwork, correct?
Yeah, well, you can, if you just go like online, or you can go to the health department.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Oh, sorry, I told her to come, sorry.
Yes. What happened with him?
Mental health,
Oh, mental health, okay,
and I will waive the appearance, Your Honor.
all right. Set that for pretrial then? Or no, I guess? They're waiving her appearance. Sears, Woods, mental health, mental health. Yeah, set 250. And no contact with Brianna Thompson. As a condition.
Battery, premium, OR.
Where are we?
Calorie, ROR. Aisha Griffith. Raise your right hand, please. Solemnly swear your testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. All right, and your name?
Aisha Griffith.
All right, Ms. Griffith, you're here today because you're arrested on a charge of disorderly conduct in the city of Orlando. I have reviewed the charging affidavit. I do find that there's sufficient probable cause. Counsel?
Your Honor, the offer from the state on the city's behalf is a withhold of adjudication, credit time served. I did speak to Ms. Griffith. She would like to enter a plea of no contest and accept
Okay.
the state's-
And I think in this case, it'd be 223 and 10, right? Isn't that what they do in the city?
the filing fee, the
Yeah.
$10 filing fee.
All right, Ms. Griffith, so you wish to enter a plea of no contest to this, is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol today?
No.
Have you suffered from or been treated for any mental illness in the past?
No.
This plea form I've got here, did you read over that, understand the rights, and sign it on the bottom?
Yes.
Any questions about the rights on that form? Okay, you understand that this is punishable by up to 60 days in jail, up to a $500 fine, and that the entry of your plea would result in deportation if you're not a citizen.
Yes.
Stipulated sufficient factual basis could be established?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, based upon that stipulation, Ms. Griffith, I will accept your plea. I'll withhold adjudication. You'll be sentenced to time served,
1 day.
1 day with 1 day credit. I will impose $223 court cost, $10 filing reimbursement, total of $233. Did you want to, can you pay that over the next year?
Yeah.
All right, pay over that over the next year, and you'll be released as to this case.
Okay.
Okay? Your name, ma'am?
Amber Lucas?
All right, Ms. Lucas, raise your right hand, please. You solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
God.
All right. Ms. Lucas, you're here today because you're arrested on a charge of disorderly conduct. I have reviewed the charging affidavit, and I do find there's sufficient probable cause.
Your Honor, the offer from the state is a withhold, credit time served. I did speak to Ms. Lucas. She would like to accept the state's offer and enter a plea of no.
All right, Ms. Lucas, is that what you wish to do, is enter a plea of no contest? Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol today? Have you suffered from or been treated for any mental illness in the past? This plea form I've got, you understood that and signed it on the bottom? Any questions about the rights on this form, front or back?
No, sir.
All right, you understand that this is punishable by up to 60 days in jail, up to a $500 fine, and that the entry of your plea would result in deportation if you're not a citizen. All right, I do find sufficient factual basis. I'll withhold adjudication, be sentenced to time served.
2 days.
2 days with 2 days credit for time served. There'll be court costs and a $10 fine reimbursement, so a total of $233. Can you pay for that in the next year?
Yes, sir.
All righty, you're all set. You'll be released as to this case. Raise your right hand, please. Solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
All right, your name?
Ambrose Mendez.
All right, Mr. Mendez, you're here today because you were arrested on a charge of stealing passage to an amusement park. I have reviewed the charging affidavit, and I do find sufficient probable cause.
Your Honor, the offer from the state is a withhold of adjudication, credit time served. I did speak to Mr. Mendez. He would like to enter a plea of no contest and accept.
All right, Mr. Mendez, so you do wish to enter a plea of no contest to this charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol today?
No, Your Honor.
Have you suffered from or been treated for any mental illness in the past?
No, Your Honor.
This plea form I've got looks like it has your signature. Did you read over that, understand the rights, and then sign it on the bottom?
So, yes.
Any questions about the rights on this form?
No.
Okay, you understand that this is punishable by up to 60 days in jail, up to a $500 fine, and that the entry of your plea might result in deportation if you're not a citizen.
Yes, sir.
All right. Stipulated, I do find sufficient factual basis. I'll withhold adjudication and sentence you to time served,
2 days.
2 days with 2 days credit. There'll be court costs and a $10 filing reimbursement, so a total of $233. Can you pay for that in the next year?
Yes, Your Honor.
All righty, you're all set. You'll be released as to this case.
You're welcome.
Good day.
Raise your right hand, please. Solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Yes, all right, your name? What was the name?
Will Roger.
There we go. That was the one that was on the top before. All right, Mr. Roger, you're here today because you were arrested for urinating in public in the city of Orlando. And I have reviewed the charging affidavit, and I do find sufficient probable cause. Counsel?
Your Honor, the offer from the state is a withhold, credit time served. Mr. Rogers would like to accept the offer and enter a plea of no contest.
All right, is that correct, Mr. Rogers? You wish to enter a plea of no contest to this charge? Yes? All right. Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol today? Have you suffered from or been treated for any mental illness in the past?
No.
This plea form I have here looks like has your signature. Did you read over that, understand the rights, and then sign it on the bottom?
Yes.
Any questions about the rights on that form?
Which form is that?
One here?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Any questions about anything on the form? You understand that this is punishable by up to 60 days in jail, up to a $500 fine, and that the entry of your plea would result in deportation if you're not a citizen. All right? I do find sufficient factual basis. Yeah. Okay? All right. I'll withhold adjudication and send you the time served.
2 days.
2 days in the Orange County Jail, 2 days credit for time served, impose court costs and a $10 filing reimbursement, total of $233. Can you afford to pay for that over the next year?
Yeah, by the next year.
All righty, yep, $233. You're all set. You'll be released. See, this is probably the next one. Your name, sir?
Timothy Paul Taylor.
What was the last name?
Taylor.
Okay. All right, Ms. Taylor, you're here today because you're arrested on a charge of disorderly conduct. I have reviewed the charging affidavit, and I do find that there is sufficient probable cause.
Your Honor, the offer from the state is a withhold, credit time served. Mr. Taylor would like to accept the state's offer and enter a plea of no contest.
Okay. All right, Mr. Taylor, raise your right hand, please. You solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Said,
All right, Ms. Taylor, you do wish to enter a plea of no contest to this charge, is that right?
yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol today?
No, sir.
Have you suffered from or been treated for any mental illness in the past?
No, sir.
All right, this plea form that's got your signature on it, did you read over that, understand the rights, and then sign it?
Yes, sir.
Any questions about the rights on either side?
No, sir.
You understand that this is punishable by up to 60 days in jail, up to a $500 fine, and that the entry of your plea would result in deportation if you're not a citizen?
Yes, sir.
All right, I do find sufficient factual basis. I'll withhold adjudication. You'll be sentenced to time served,
2 days.
2 days with 2 days credit. The imposed court costs of $223 and a $10 filing reimbursement, so a total of $233. Can you pay that within the next year?
I'm not working right now, sir. I hope so.
Well, all right, I'll give you 2 years. You can try to get it paid in 2 years, okay?
Sure.
All righty, be released as to this case. Okay, now they were messed up. All right, your name?
Oh, Devonja LaShawn Johnson.
Is it Yvonne Shaw?
Devonja LaShawn Johnson.
Okay, let me see. Yeah, my papers got, somebody dropped them on the floor. So they got mixed up a little bit. There,
Okay.
I found you. All right.
Okay.
Raise your right hand, please. Solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
All right. You're here today because you're arrested on a no valid driver's license charge, as well as there's some sort of out-of-county warrant. Is that right?
Child support.
Yes, Your Honor. The only case we will be resolving today is the no valid.
Okay.
The offer from the state is an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, and Ms. Johnson would like to accept and enter a
Okay.
no contest.
Is that right? You want to enter a plea of no contest?
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol today?
No, sir.
Have you suffered from or been treated for any mental illness in the past?
I'm in jail.
I hear you.
No, sir.
I hear you. Well, so am I. So what does that say about me?
You get
We're all in jail. Well, that's true. We're in a little bit better position.
Okay.
Did you read over this plea form, understand the rights, and sign it here on the bottom?
Yes, sir.
Any questions?
No, sir.
You understand that this is punishable by up to 60 days in jail, up to a $500 fine, and that the entry of your plea would result in deportation if you're not a citizen.
Yes, sir.
All right, I do find sufficient factual basis. I'll judge you guilty of that. You'll be sentenced to time served,
2 days.
2 days with 2 days credit. Impose court costs and a $50 cost of prosecution is a total of $273. I don't know, I didn't see, is there a bond on that other out-of-county thing?
Yes, it actually is. It's a $605 bond. But my auntie died this yesterday, and my mom was on the way to her funeral, so they're at her funeral.
So it might
today.
take you a little bit.
Yeah.
Can you pay that $273 in the next year?
Yes, sir.
All right, pay within a year, you're all set. We'll release you as to this case.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Do I know how long the next county got to come get me?
What county is it?
Manatee County.
I don't know how long that will be. It shouldn't be too long, but, you know, who knows with the COVID, I
Oh,
don't
too long
know.
don't sound good. Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Y'all have a
no,
blessed day.
I don't have an answer. Sorry. Your name, sir?
Jamal White?
Okay, somewhere, this must be bottom stack or something. All right, Mr. White, you're here today because state of Florida, because you were arrested on a charge of driving while license suspended. And I have read the charging affidavit, and then I do find sufficient probable cause.
Okay, because I work 2 jobs. I work at another broken ass, and I work at Sonic's on iDrive. So by the time I got off of iDrive, I caught an Uber back. It was
Hey,
cold
don't
outside.
talk, don't talk.
Yeah, you don't want to say too much.
Okay.
Because you're also out, on pretrial release on a DUI charge.
Yeah.
All right, I'll step on the driving while I suspend the amount of $500.
Your Honor, I would ask that you not revoke his out on bond. It appears that his last conviction was in 2016. He has 0 failures to appear. I would ask that if you
It's like the one thing he's not supposed to be doing, though.
yes, if you are inclined to revoke, I would just ask that you revoke in double as opposed to having him sit here and be held at no bond, Your Honor. He just recently started working, so.
DUI. Oh, it's Division 80. It's my, she's a mean judge. Division 80. Oof. Believe me, I know. I have to deal with her every day. All right, I'll leave it where it is.
State the bond at 500, correct?
Yep, at 500, yep.
Don't do it again.
And appoint a public defender if you don't already have one. Raise your right hand, please. Solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Your name? All right, Mr. Andrews, you're here because you're arrested on a number of charges. Possession of a concealed weapon or firearm by a convicted felon, possession of firearm by a convicted felon, grand theft 3rd degree of a firearm, and then a second pair of possession of concealed weapon or firearm by a convicted felon and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, finally, an unlawful discharge of a firearm. I have reviewed the charging affidavit on that. I do find sufficient probable cause. My expectation is they probably are not going to file on all of those because 2 of them are basically the same charge. I will step on as follows. On the possession of, the first count, possession of a firearm by convicted felon, I'm going to reduce that bond to $2,500. The possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, that goes with that one, I'll reduce that to $100. Grand theft 3rd degree, stay that at $1,000. Possession, the second grouping of possession of concealed weapon or firearm by a convicted felon, reduce that to the same amount as count 1, and also as $100 on count 5, and then finally stay the bond to $500 for the unlawful discharge of a firearm. Did you want to have a public defender? Want a lawyer appointed? Or appoint a public defender to represent you?
Your Honor, there's a grand theft charge, count 3.
Yeah, I stayed that at 1,000.
May I address the judge?
Your name, sir?
My name is Yusuf Patel.
All right, raise your right hand. Solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir. May I address you?
Have a moment, Your Honor.
Yep, sure.
Okay.
Sir,
All right, well, let me say a couple things first, and then it'll be your turn. You've been arrested on possession of methamphetamine, possession of drug paraphernalia, and resisting an officer without violence. I have reviewed the charging affidavit, and I do find that there is sufficient probable cause on those. And I will stay the bonds as they have been. Let me make sure I wrote it down right. Yeah, it's $1,000 on the possession of methamphetamine, $100 on each of the 2 additional counts. Now, you are currently out on bond on aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, criminal mischief, and another aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Your Honor, I would ask that you not revoke the out on bond. The new charges are nonviolent offenses, so I just ask that you consider that. I did advise my client not to talk about the facts of the case, but he would like to still address you about something else. Your Honor.
Yes, sir, this is my, I've never been convicted of everything. Only in the last 6 months I've gotten these charges. I lost my car and I've been almost like homeless and I've been struggling. And, you know, me being here, it's very tough. But like how I said, I've never been charged in my whole life. This is my first drug charge and those are my first aggravated assault charge. I was just defending myself. I was
Wow.
Don't talk, don't.
So I apologize. I would like to apologize to the court, apologize to the community, and me by being going out there, I could fix my life up, and I could fix, you know, my relationships with my family and my friends. And I just like I would say, I lost my car 6 months ago, and this is where all the problems happened. And I just want to say I apologize, and me being out there, I could help myself and fix myself. But me being in here, it's
Well, you never been arrested for DUI?
Yes, sir. 8 years ago, 10 years ago.
So,
Only that one.
it looks like battery, DV, criminal mischief. So you have had some problems. You just said that you'd not been really in
The
trouble.
only arrest I had was in for my DUI.
No, you have more.
And then it was in Houston. That one was my brother. My brother did a charge on me. He dropped that one. I was in Houston. He was in Florida. I never had a drug charge. I never had anything like that. No violent charge. It was just I got arrested when I got into a fight with my sister. And
Don't,
brother.
okay, don't.
All right, just a second.
So if you'd help me out with the bond, I could help fix my life better, if you don't mind.
Well, you're not doing a really good job of it right now, quite honestly, no offense, but,
I understand that, sir. But maybe by going out there, I could go see people that could help me, and I could help the people that, you know, depend on me. I also lost my car when my car was stolen. That's when everything went downhill. I lost my job and Yeah, I would like to help my family out.
Looks like you had another aggravated assault at some point that got an all pros. Yeah, I'm gonna revoke the bonds on those. There'll be no bond. You can always, I'll appoint a public defender on the new cases. You can, and I assume you had a lawyer on those other cases. They can go, but.
Over and Omar, refuse, Your Honor.
I'll waive the appearance if you approve that, Your Honor.
Goban, Goban.
All right, state bond 5,000, count one. I'll make $100 on count two. Raise your right hand, please. Solemnly swear testimony about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Your name?
Ryan.
Last name?
Gudino Munoz.
All right. Let's see. All right, sir, you're here today because you're arrested on a criminal mischief charge. I have reviewed the charging affidavit. I do find that there's sufficient probable cause. He does qualify for PTR.
He does, Your Honor.
All right. I will allow you to be released on pretrial release. So there's no bond required, but you do have to live up to the conditions of the PTR, okay? All right, and I'll appoint a public defender to represent you. Okay, you're all set.
Your Honor, can I also ask for no contact, no return?
Sure. To and with?
That would be no return to 4050 Seabridge Drive, and to have no contact with.
It was like Josh or something like that. First name. Is this the one where it was the ex-girlfriend?
It's his brother.
Oh, no, criminal mischief. I'm thinking of a different one, yeah. Yeah, no contact with. Okay.
Anna Hayes, refuse.
All right. There's no bond on the failure to appear, and then sub bond 250 on the new charge. Okay. Raise your right hand, please. Solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God. Your name? What was that?
Marvin Hill.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right, Mr. Hill. You're here today because you're arrested on charge of criminal mischief. I have reviewed the charging affidavit. I do find sufficient probable cause, set bond the amount of $1,000. And I'll leave the ROR that you're out on the possession of cocaine in place. You know, I won't revoke that. Okay. Would you want a public defender appointed? You want a lawyer?
What am I on discharge? What am I?
It's $1,000 bond.
I can't get time served.
On the criminal mischief, I don't think I can do a plea on that. No, it's a felony.
So I mean, what can I do? What kind of time can I do for it?
Well, it's a third-degree felony, so you could do up to 5 years in the state penitentiary. Whether that's gonna happen, I'd be really surprised, but, and it may be that they'll file it as a misdemeanor. Maybe they'll offer that to you later, but at this point, they're not prepared to do that. So, it'll be $1,000 bond, but I won't revoke the ROR on your possession of cocaine, petty theft. So if you can get the bond on the other case, you don't have to worry about that one. We'll still be there.
That one already, I did my 4-hour class for that already. My 4 hour.
Okay, that might be, but right now you're out on ROR and that could be revoked. I'm not gonna revoke it though, okay? Did you want a public defender on the new charge, the criminal mischief?
Yes.
All right, I'll appoint a public defender to represent you.
Do I have another court date for this?
It'll be, well, right now it's TBA. They will, if they file the charge, then it'll be set for arraignment. Just get in contact with the attorney. All right, raise your right hand, please. Solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, your name?
Deshaun Jones.
All right, Mr. Jones, you're here because you're arrested on 2 charges, possession of methamphetamine and possession of cannabis. I have reviewed the charging affidavit. I do find there's sufficient probable cause. Bond set in the amount of $1,000, count 1, $100 for count 2. Did you wish to have a public defender appointed to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I will appoint a public defender to represent you. You're all set. This is the one I was thinking of. Your name, sir?
Leonardo Marcus, Your Honor.
All right, raise your right hand, please. You solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do, sir.
All right, you're here today because you're arrested on an attempted burglary of an occupied dwelling. I have reviewed the charging affidavit, and I do find sufficient probable cause. He does qualify for PTR.
He does, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to release you under pretrial release conditions. So there are some conditions that you have to follow to be able to stay out without having to post a bond.
Yes, sir.
In addition, I'm going to order that you not return to the address.
I have no intention of doing so, Your Honor.
Just need to make sure it's very clear and put it on the record. You're
Yes,
not to return to 2414 Betty Street. And you're to have no contact with Jared Haggard, J-A-R-A-D, and last name Haggard, H-A-G-G-A-R-D, and with, started with an E, as I recall, her name.
The other name is on my emergency contacts here in this system. I believe it's Ivana Huber.
Ivana, yeah, Ivana. No contact with her at all as well, okay?
Yes, sir.
Did you want to have an attorney appointed?
I believe I selected the public attorney,
Okay.
public defender
I'll
option.
appoint a public defender to represent you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All righty.
Millie Dixon James, bonded.
I didn't have that. Dixon Gaines. You have it, Ian? Okay, your name, raise your hand, please. Solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Your name?
Austin Pennington.
Mr. Pennington, you're here today because you're arrested on 3 charges: possession of fentanyl, possession of methamphetamine, and possession of drug paraphernalia. I have reviewed the charging affidavit. I do find sufficient probable cause. We'll stay the bonds, $1,000 count 1, $150 count 2, and $100 count 3. Did you wish to have a public defender appointed?
Yes.
I'll appoint a public defender to represent you.
And I was wondering that, is there any way I can get a bond reduction or maybe ROR'd?
No.
I'm homeless and I don't really have.
Yeah, I understand. You
Got a
can
new job.
contact the public defender. They can certainly file a motion to that effect, but you don't qualify for PTR. these charges, and your record is not gonna, you're not a good candidate for ROR at this point.
Years though, Your Honor.
Just contact public defender, they'll help you. Your name, sir?
Robert Ramos Luna.
All right, raise your right hand, please. Solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. All right. So you're here today because you're arrested on a number of charges. First of all, possession of a controlled substance within 1,000 feet of a business with intent to sell. Count 2, sale and delivery of fentanyl. Count 3, possession of fentanyl. And count 4, unlawful use of a two-way communication device.
I have a question, because that day the thing that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, I have reviewed the charging affidavit. I do find sufficient probable cause. Set bond in the amount of $5,000 to count 1, $1,000 count 2, $1,000 count 3, and $100 for count 4.
Your Honor, I ask that you take no action. I believe the state filed a notice of non-filing.
Okay, I'll leave the other one, the ROR, where it was. Okay. No action on the. Raise your right hand, please. Solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Your name?
Giovanni Shaw.
Ms. Shaw, you're here today because you were arrested on 2 charges, grand theft 3rd degree and scheme to defraud. I have reviewed the charging affidavit. I do find that there is sufficient probable cause. I will reduce the bond on the grand theft to $1,000 and on the scheme to defraud to $500. Now, did you want to have a public defender appointed to represent you?
Yes.
All right, I'll appoint a public defender so you have a lawyer. Okay?
Okay, that's my question. So I'm able to bond out?
Yep,
Okay.
sure can.
Thank you.
Well,
Well, wait.
ma'am,
There's a, I
you
think
can
it's
bond, but you won't be able to be released.
It has the prohibition and the
FOSC
violent
hold.
felony.
Where's that? Oh, I see, yeah, I didn't see
Violent
that.
felony offender.
Yeah, you got it, there's a hold. Sorry. No, they're right, I'm wrong. Judge said I could bond out. If I could just hear it.
No, they
Not
don't-
just right off, not just right off.
Yeah.
Transport you. You'll be here for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I get lazy, I'm used to my J fills in for me when I sign it. All right, raise your right hand, please. Solemnly swear testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but truth, so help you God.
Help me God.
All right, your name?
Kevin George Washington.
All right, Mr. Washington, you're here because you're arrested on 3 charges. First of all, trafficking cocaine, more than 200 grams with a firearm, possession of firearm by convicted felon, and grand theft 3rd degree of a firearm. I have reviewed the charging affidavit. Actually, this was a PC warrant, excuse me.
Not guilty.
This was a probable cause warrant that was sent to one of the judges. The judge signed that. Set bond amount of $10,000 on the trafficking, $2,500.
Your Honor,
Yep.
with regard to count 1, that is a first-degree felony. It has minimum mandatories. If you go by the bond schedule, it should actually be set at $200,000.
Your Honor, my client has 0 failures to appear. Last conviction was a possession in 2018. Other than that, he has not. He has 1 misdemeanor, 1 felony. I would just ask that you stay the $10,000 bond.
Yeah, whoever, this is this is not one that I'm set or that anything. This is what the judge someone actually reviewed this prior to me. So I'm just gonna leave it to where it was, 10,000, 2,500, and 1,000. Since it was a PC warrant and it wasn't done by me. Okay. Appoint a public defender. I'll appoint a lawyer for you too, sir. What's the date today? 4th. Trying to wish my life away.
Right here, not that one.
Bond Court is a free service, but it takes several hours of my time every day. Less than 10% of Bond Court viewers hit the like button, and less than 1% leave a comment. If you want Bond Court to continue to be available on YouTube for free, then please hit the like button and leave a comment on all of my videos.